President, what about the DACA case? Do they worry about what's going to happen?
The Democrats have really let them down. They've really let them down. They had this great opportunity. The Democrats have really let them down. It's a shame. And now people are taking advantage of DACA, and that's a shame.
So the White House saying that DACA is dead for now and that the Democrats are to blame. President Trump pulling no punches, saying President Obama's plan to shield so-called dreamers had some chance for survival, but Democrats, quote, didn't care or act. The president's hardline stance on immigration falling on deaf ears in California, where Democratic Governor Jerry Brown just pardoned 5 illegal immigrants who were all facing deportation and were accused of crimes, robbery, theft, all kinds of, pretty rough criminals in the bunch. So that didn't sit well with the president, who tweeted in part, "Is this really what the great people of California want?" In moments, we'll hear from Mary Ann Mendoza, whose son was killed by an illegal immigrant. But first, Julissa Arce is a former dreamer. She came to the United States from Mexico as a young girl. Despite being undocumented, she climbed the ladder at Goldman Sachs using falsified documents, and she is now a legal American citizen. Julissa, good to have you with us tonight. I guess the biggest question is, the president offered 1.8 million dreamers to be able to stay here, a fix for even more than the number that we know exist in the country, in return for some funding for the wall. And Democrats, they backed away from that deal. They won't take that deal. So doesn't it make it kind of difficult to pin this on the president at this point?
Yeah, well, I think that it's important to sort of set a timeline here. The president rescinded DACA on September 5th of 2007. So the reason why we're even in these discussions about making a DACA deal is because the president himself ended the DACA program.
But that's a little bit disingenuous. I have to jump in, because the truth of the matter is, let's play President Obama on this in 2012 when the program came into being.
This is not amnesty. This is not immunity. This is not a path to citizenship. It's not a permanent fix. This is a temporary stopgap measure that lets us focus our resources wisely while giving a degree of relief and hope to talented, driven, patriotic young people.
It was always intended to be temporary, Julissa.
Yeah, it was only intended to be a temporary, and he is right that it was not amnesty, that it didn't give people a path to citizenship, which was unfortunate. But fortunately, President Obama did act, and it allowed 800,000 people to have a life in the United States.
Exactly. So now the president's offering 1.8 million people and also a path to citizenship as part of that. He's offering even more than what President Obama had in the original deal. So why won't Democrats, who say they want this, that they want to protect dreamers and children as part of the DACA program, why won't Democrats get on board with that?
Well, I think it's important to also highlight the fact that President Trump struck down deals that were presented to him, bipartisan deals that were presented to him in January and February and even earlier this month, that weren't the toxic plans that he put forward.
So you blame him, but you don't blame Democrats for turning down the offer. Are you equally angry with both sides?
I am disappointed with Democrats for not holding the line when they could have. There could have been a deal made when they had leverage, when we were trying to pass spending bills, and they didn't do that, which is really unfortunate. However, they were put in a really difficult position because, yes, we're giving 1.8 million undocumented dreamers a path to citizenship, and we were giving money for the wall. However, we were also going to slash legal immigration by 50% under the president's plan.
We've slashed immigration many times in this country. It's fascinating because I was just watching Brett Baier a little while ago was interviewing the ambassador from Mexico, and he was talking about the hundreds of thousands of people that they do not allow to stay in their country, that they repatriate to Honduras because they have to control their borders. He said, I want to work with the United States to make sure that we control our borders. So why is it such an alien concept to you that, people would want there to be protection for the borders, and that it's not okay to be here and overstay your visa or to come here illegally?
Yeah, I don't think it's definitely not foreign to me to want to have a secure border. I mean, I've lived in the United States since I was 11 years old, so I've dealt with immigration issues personally and professionally. So it's not something that's foreign to me. But I do think that sometimes we conflate issues. So we're trying to conflate the issue of illegal immigration with how people are able to come to the country legally. And if we slash legal immigration, so we're telling people come here legally, do it the right way. But by the way, we're also slashing
as a
by
country,
50%
you're allowed to regulate what that number is going to be.
Way.
You don't have to have an open-ended number. You are allowed as a country to say, you know what, this year we're going to take this many, next year we're going to take that many. I can't understand why you would have a problem with that. It's not an open-ended discussion.
But it should be an open-ended discussion. That is correct. What you just said, that it should be an open-ended discussion, is exactly how it should work.
No, I'm saying what I meant was it's not an open-ended question. You can't just assume that as many people want to come in can come in. That's not the way it works.
Absolutely. I don't think that that's the way it works either. I can tell you from personal experience that it took me 20 years to be able to become an American citizen. And it's a very difficult process. But we're also then blaming people and saying, you should become legal. We often ask people, why don't you become legal? Why were you undocumented for 15 years? Without understanding the fact that the line that we often talk about doesn't exist. And so we're telling people, get legal, don't come here illegally. And at the same time, we're saying,
1.8 million people have been offered a pathway to citizenship and the ability to stay here legally. So, but it was rejected. So, all right, thanks. I'm out of time, but thanks for being here, Julissa. Good to see you.